If you've had an honest desire to learn how to attract men into your life, maybe you have tried a variety of tips, tricks, and techniques. Some of them may have worked while others may not have worked. And the reason for that is that many of these methods influence only on a surface level. They don't have as much of an impact on the deeper inner motivational part of the men you would like to attract. In order to attract a person to you in any meaningful way, you've got to trigger that person in a very deep way. And many of the surface level techniques we have, such as applying certain conversations or dressing or makeup or any of those superficial things, don't ever have a meaningful impact on the men that you would like to attract into your life. Magnetism is very different from many of these methods. And the reason is because magnetism goes at a much deeper level. And that is a level where you influence a person's feeling state so deeply that that person is driven or motivated or moved by that feeling with such intensity that they cannot say no. Well, they can. Everyone has free will, but the intensity of the feeling is so strong that they are moved more easily into the direction that you would like to move them into. Magnetism also has the power to impact your own internal state. It has the ability to influence how you feel. And before you can influence anyone, you have got to become aware of your own internal state. And the more you understand how to increase that internal state to a heightened level, the more influence you have on yourself and everyone around you. To really help you understand how powerful magnetism is, I'd like you to remember a time in your life where you wanted something very badly. You could go as far back as when you were a child and you had something that you wanted and you wanted it so deeply that you thought about it all the time. You could not do anything in that day without thinking about it. You thought about it, you pined about it, you just needed to have it, and you would do anything in order to have it. When you increase your magnetic frequency, this is the sort of impact you have on people who come near you. Here's another example to get you to understand the effect of magnetism a little deeper. I'd like you to think for a moment that within the very heart of you is a substance inside of you and moves outward like a form of radiation or an invisible substance. And what happens is that that substance moves outside of you around your physical body. And it can be increased and it can be controlled. And it can be increased in such a way that there is a great amount of intensity with it. When it is incredibly strong, you will find that people suddenly move towards you. They don't know why, but they feel excited about you. They feel drawn to you. And the closer they get to you, the more swept up they become in that substance. As they get swept up by the substance, they will feel safe when they're around you. They will feel peaceful. They will feel excited. They will feel mesmerized. And they will feel sexual and deeply drawn to you. They will seek you out. And when you are not around, they will think of you. They will desire you. They will be enthralled and enthusiastic about seeing you again. That sort of thing doesn't happen by chance. Some people may be fortunate enough to have the intuitive ability to activate this ability within themselves, but very few people are even aware of it or even have an understanding of how it works. And this is not about visualization, and neither is it about the law of attraction. It is a substance which exists within you, and that substance has the ability to impact and influence anyone who comes in close proximity of you. Men are strongly influenced by their feelings. And by feelings, I'm not referring to the emotional state alone. I'm referring to that internal guidance, that internal sensation that we live by, we use to steer us in the direction of the things that we want. When a man enters your space and he feels that richness, that fullness of magnetic power, it moves him, it excites him, and it draws him closer. You never have to chase anyone when you have activated that magnetic presence within you, because people will be drawn to you. For a moment, I'd like you to think of a magnet. and to think of the impact that that invisible force field which exists around the magnet and how it pulls metals and it pulls coins and things towards it. That is the impact that you can have when you become aware of your own magnetic presence and begin to use it willfully. So often we want a person's company, but we do not understand the impact that we have on the other person's internal state. We aren't aware of how our own internal state influences another person's internal state. So we try all sorts of methods and we try all sorts of external things to woo a person to us without understanding the underlying current between ourselves and the people we would like to attract in our lives. Magnetism is a force field. It is a bubble. It is an exciting field of energy which makes you absolutely desirable to anyone who comes in contact with you. When you have learned and willfully used your magnetic presence, you will find that anything you do outside of that, in terms of the regular everyday dating practices of looking your best and caring about the conversations that you have and such, you will find that those work even better because now those are all supplemental qualities that you can add to your dating experience. But at the heart of it all is your magnetic presence, and understanding how to use your magnetic presence is a secret that can empower you in so many various areas of your life beyond the dating. If you're in a relationship with someone, you can learn to increase again the intimacy and the excitement between you and that other person. If you'd really love to get an edge and to increase your dating ability, increase the wide array of people who will be drawn to you, then you really want to sign up for the free audio program and listen now.